Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, Talkin Fight fans. Thanks for tuning in to tonight's episode of the Friday Night Panel with yours truly, Mike Orr, and our one and only Tim, the terrible Witherspoon, man. Where is he at the moment? He's just getting ready. He's going to join us. So maybe I'll just get us started off with some of the boxing that's going on this week. I can't wait. This is going to be a good one. Let's start off with the Canadian fights that's happening, guys. Since, we are Canadian, based out of Toronto. So this Saturday, Hamilton Convention Center, Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, we have a nice card here, and we have the WBC Youth World Light title up for grabs, and that is between Pedro Bernal Rodriguez taking on George Payne, and that one is for the WBC Youth World Light strap. On this card also, we have some young and up-and-coming Canadians, man, that are trying to keep their zeros intact. That's Jake Doust, who's in 4-0, trying to improve to his fifth. We got Caroline Redmond, Antonio Napolitano. We got Artie and Dembo. And then we have John Michael Bianco. And then we have the debut of Derek Kuchme. So, guys, this is a good one. See it. Check it out. Ontario Athletic Commission is putting this one on. This is the Hamilton Convention Center, Ontario, Canada. WBC Youth World Lights. Tim, how you doing?
Everything good. I'm just trying to set everything up right.
I hear that, champ. I'm just rhyming off the fights that are going on in Canada this weekend. We got the WBC Youth Light strap up for grabs up here in Toronto. Well, actually, Hamilton, actually.
Okay, say that again.
I said we have the WBC Youth strap up for grabs in Canada this weekend.
Okay.
There was a card. It's great. Shout out to Carl who's joined us, man. There is only one story this week: Lee Woods versus Laura. This is true. This is true. But yeah, we got to touch on the fights this weekend. There are some fights that really don't matter, but we do have the Pedraza and Kami card coming up. This one should be good, man. There's a lot of good fights on this one. Two former world champions are set for an Oklahoma showdown as Jose Sniper Pedraza will battle Richard Kami in the 10-round junior welterweight main event tomorrow night, guys, at the Hard Rock. In the 10-round heavyweight co-feature, the Fighting Pride of Toledo, Ohio, undefeated puncher Jared the Real Big Baby Anderson returns to action against the veteran Milan Rovakin, promoted by Top Rank, guys, with Lou DiBella Entertainment. This one's getting underway. What I'm excited for is this. To be honest, man, there's a lot of good fighters on this card. A lot of names that I've been following through boxing, and guys, I want you to jump on board with me and watch this one. F.A. Ajagba is on this one. We got Richard Torres back in action. Delonte Johnson, Kelvin Davis, Jeremiah Milton, Abdullah Mason, Dante Benjamin, just to name a few of these guys. Honestly, guys, this is gearing up to be a good card. Tim, what are your thoughts on these cards, man? Somebody wants to know your thoughts on the AJ performance. Yeah, I want to touch on that a little bit. What did you think about AJ's performance, Tim?
Well, I would like to get caught up a lot on like you've been trying to get me ready for these other guys, yeah. And I'll be feeling bad. I want to get involved with that, and I'll give you my word. I will key in on that so I can understand and let everybody understand. How I feel. So on the Joshua fight,
yeah, let's talk about that one. That was a big one.
It was a what?
It was a big one. What did you think?
It was big, but to me it was boring again. But the people and everything around it was exciting. But the actual fight again, wasn't a typical, to me, championship fight. The build-up had you feel like it when the bell rang, but as the fight went on and people would experience, people know boxing, it's a shame. I feel sad for Joshua because his fights of before could have been avoided if they would get the right person in the corner. And I keep all this week I've been doing podcasts and videos showing how he could have, showing how he should have fought Usyk. So he should have stayed in it tough. And then he had his hands up. He was getting hit. You could tell he didn't know. He don't know defense. Dig in there and bang, bang. He could have got Yusuf out of there. But Yusuf is no pushover himself. He moves a lot. He's a mover. And what you do with movers, if you touch the closest thing to you, and then you start thinking, like if you turn this way, because he move a lot, keep touching them. They're hard to get because they move real good. But I know for a fact Joshua would have did 100% good if he would have get somebody in there to help him.
Honestly, boring fight. It was a repeat. It was literally a repeat of the first one.
And look at the money that they made.
I know. It's unbelievable. For me, and what I saw, Fury beats Usyk. I agree with Carl 100% on that one. I say Fury beats him. You know what? I was not impressed by any means. Like even Usyk kind of still was pretty one-dimensional in his game, man. He didn't really add too many new things. He kind of did the same thing. AJ kind of was a little busier than he was the last time, but still he wasn't. He didn't perform like we expect. Graham,
he didn't stand his ground and bang. He didn't stand his. And there's other methods like getting on the outside. I did a video about it. Catching them. Nobody taught him how to catch a jab. If you notice in the fight, he was going. The first things you get taught is block a jab. When the bell rings, what you do? You throw jabs to try to determine who's going to be the boss.
Right.
Nobody taught them even how to just block a jab, keep it in front of your face for 1, 2, 1, 2. If a left hook comes, just turn and catch it, then you fire yours. Basic stuff. And then I feel bad. Eddie Hearns, they're good at making money. Eddie Hearns and them promoters are good at making money. But like I was saying in the podcast last week, if it was Don King, Dennis Rappaport, Bob Arum, they would have got rid of him or kept it, got a trainer, let him stay with the team, but got somebody in there that was capable. Eddie Hearns is looking at the money, and I don't think he really know boxing like we think he do. Or else he would have got somebody to help him. I've been trying for the longest to help him. Stay in there tight, dog. And movers, you put a touch was close to you. Don't try to hit him in the head. Hit him in the arm. Hit him in the body. Dig to the body. Keep the defense tight.
He did well when he went to the body, but it's almost like
he should have went to the body.
He wasn't able to get it going. It's like he would start but couldn't keep it rolling.
He didn't know because they was busy telling him throw right hand. Oh, maybe left hook. They wasn't telling him to put pressure on Usyk. They didn't know how to tell him, and that was the downfall. It may seem like I was begging and stuff, like maybe to get in there and help him, but I like the guy, and it's so easy. What are these guys doing? The man legacy is messed up.
Yeah.
He could have been undefeated.
Graham,
Deontay Wilder too. He got a strong right hand, and if they would have made his jab just as strong as his right hand, he still would be undefeated. If they would have taught him how to tighten his defense up and counter off of punches, he still would be undefeated. What's the matter with these guys these days? They don't know.
It's
the old timers, the managers, the promoters, in a minute they say, "Oh, evidently." And I love Eddie Hearns. I did work with his father Barry. We did Lord of the Rings with Tyson Fury up in Ireland. Hey man, it's a shame. All these little things could have been taken care of. All they had to do was get the switch. Deontay Wilder, he got Malik Scott still working with him. And I'm not saying I love Malik Scott. I seen him work in the past. No defense. Everybody's doing this in the boxing world, y'all. Everybody's doing this. And nobody's doing this. Boom, boom, bang, bang, boom, boom, back, boom, you know. So I'm frustrated, not frustrated. I'm really upset when they could have avoided a lot of stuff. And I'm sitting back here, and there's a couple other heavyweights and a couple other old timers saying, wow, it's a shame. You got to tighten his ranks up, man. Yeah. That man had to lose. Joshua didn't have to lose. Deontay Wilder didn't have to lose. Tyson Fury got hard. Yeah. That's what's bringing him. He got hard, and he'll step to you. He'll get off the canvas and try to whip you behind. Yeah. That's what's keeping him. He lacks skills, but he got better than the rest of the guys.
But for me, Fury beats Usyk. That's
I think you do too.
Yeah.
You know, real quick, with a mover, you're supposed to hit the closest thing to you. Mentally, you touching them. Because when you don't touch them, you get discouraged and you're trying to chase them. So whatever close to you, just touch it. Then you're supposed to go hard to the body, put pressure on him, and keep the defense tight. But he's a southpaw. But right-hand movers, put the pressure on them, keep your defense up. They're going to forget about their head, and you're going to knock them out. Uh-oh. I did that. Did I do that?
Hey, Tim, how you doing?
Did I do that?
Hey, Tim, how you doing?
Hey, Grant, how you feel?
Good, thank you. Hey, tell you what. Let's just say that Joshua goes up against Wilder just for fun, shits and giggles. Does he go under the undercard between a Usyk and Fury fight? Or
I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't do that?
I would make them a main event somewhere.
So here's the question I have as a fan. Joshua has had his time. He's had his run.
He's still young.
Eddie Hearn, yeah, but Eddie Hearn has said he's going to have 3 fights in the next couple of years. And who are those fights going to be against? Are they going to be against top 15 contenders, or are they going to be against up and comers? Is he now capable of even fighting a Jared Anderson? Is he really like, I'm talking Joshua, like, who the heck is he capable of fighting?
I actually think he'll beat Jared Anderson. I think Jared Anderson is a tough boxer. Just my opinion. But I think he needs a couple of more fights. Jared Anderson. I do believe Joshua probably could get him. But if he hit Joshua, just my opinion, that's all. I saw Jared Anderson. I saw him fight.
Anderson's fighting this Saturday.
Huh? He's fighting this Saturday.
Yeah,
I seen him.
Saturday.
Yeah.
But a fight with if he catch him, he's going. If he catch Joshua, he's going. But I do think they should wait a couple more. But if they want to go ahead, there's nothing wrong with them saying he can do it. Look, I fought Larry Holmes at 14 fights, but I had a real good trainer and everything, you know. And Jared looked tough, but I think if he's ready, let him go. He's a warrior. Let him go. But I don't know. I think Joshua
for Joshua to be on an undercard really doesn't make sense, to be honest.
He's on an undercard of what?
No. Seeing Joshua on an undercard doesn't make sense.
Makes sense. Makes sense to me. He's now an undercard fighter, quite frankly.
But he's also
still a main event.
He's also not a big money draw. He's not a big money draw at this point.
He's a main event in UK. He's not a main event in US.
No, not at all. See, like, yeah, he's got people he can fight, White, Chisora, people like that. But the UK, like the United States, ain't going to care anything about those fights.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Is there any US? And there are other than Deontay Wilder, there are lots of other U.S. fighters coming up through the ranks right now who realistically within the next year are going to put up a brutal fight for that top rank position.
Oh, you talking about Anderson, the light-skinned guy, Jared Anderson? Do he got long like plaits? No. He got short hair, right?
Big baby.
I know who you talking about. He's
11-0 right now.
No, okay, him.
Yeah, he's
now I think now I know who you're talking about. I do believe if he keep his defense tight and rumble, he could probably do it too. But I think that Joshua maybe have just a little bit of edge over him in terms of being experienced in the ring. He was already in there with
but nowadays Joshua doesn't look like he can pull the trigger, man. He can't get going.
well,
right.
he's getting these big
That's right.
paydays and
It's
it's fading away.
It's like he's afraid to let his hands go or something, or he's afraid to get hit in the face.
He don't know how to. And he don't got a good defense. He did before. He did on the pads.
He's not. He's to me. He doesn't look like the fighter he was 3 years ago. He doesn't look
the same guy. Just got exposed.
He's not. Yeah. I guess so.
He's the same guy. He just got exposed. His defense and everything caught up with him. But he did good against what? We did good against Dylan White. He got off the canvas with Klitschko, right? And then he put Klitschko down. They was exposing each other weaknesses in the fights. That's all.
And
let's be clear about a couple of things. One, Eddie Hearn does not care about the U.S. market. For some reason, and I don't know why, he doesn't care about the U.S. market. But I'm going to tell you guys, and you guys probably going to agree with me, there's a lot of U.S. fighters coming up in the heavyweight division who are going to put up a heck of a fight. Now, whether Fury, Usyk go head-to-head, that's fine. I don't care. But Anthony Joshua is out of it right now. He's not top 15. He's not top 15 anymore. He's not.
At least they'll give him a chance if they let me be in his corner publicity-wise. They'll say, whoa, he might change. I'm just saying. No, if they change some things,
you know what?
Whoa, maybe he got a chance and stuff like that. But
you know what, champ? I tell you what. Seriously, in all seriousness, from what I'm seeing, and I'm just reporting this stuff on a day-to-day basis, there are a lot of U.S. fighters who recognize guys like you, Tim, who can sit there and go, I need this kind of help. I need this kind of help. I need this kind of help. Yes, you do need help. But does Anthony Joshua need help? No. Eddie Hearn's sitting there going, oh, he might be able to batter the next 3 less than 10, 15 kind of guys. Who cares about what Eddie Hearn says? All I'm saying is the heavyweight division needs a better bruiser than Anthony Joshua right now. That's all I'm saying. Like, but get Eddie Hearn out of it, get Joshua out of it, and let's get some real heavyweights in the fucking division.
No, see, everybody like a comeback too. Everybody like to see a guy get down, then come back. They love that. And everybody like to hear, like they called my trainer in and brought him in. That made a big deal, and they loved it. They love somebody coming in and redoing things, and the boxer winning. They do like that type of victory.
That's Rocky. That's Rocky. I get it.
It's real life. I was with Slim when he was pushed all around training this one. Eddie Mustafa won the championship. Mike Rossman won the championship after they got Slim in the corner, and then went along and went big. But I wouldn't give up on the boxer. I like the new story. Oh, this one, he got that guy. Oh, that trainer. And that's a lot of excitement. Whoa, let's see what happens now. You know, but it's kind of like late. It's kind of late because he waited too long. Talking about Eddie Hearns because he didn't know no better. He knew how to make that money like his dad, him and his dad. But when it comes to these boxers, it seemed like it was the money. It was the money.
To be honest,
I think somebody in that corner to help.
What I think is that it's literally like another Tyson Fury Wilder. Fury has Wilder's number, and every time they get in the ring, it's always Tyson. Same way, man. I think Usyk Joshua. It's going to end up the same way. We're not going to see a third match. We're not going to see that because you know what? It's going to be the same.
I don't want to see one.
Same boring fight. It's going to be the same thing. But there are a lot of guys in the heavyweight division coming up, man, to be honest. And after Hrgovic, after his fight, I don't know, man. He put on he was a lackluster performance the other night against Sang. Those guys are up and comers right there. Jared Big Baby Anderson out as much as I like him, he's not even in the top 40 of heavyweights in the world.
Whoa.
Jared Big Baby Anderson.
Whoa.
These are come-ups. Like guys that are in the States coming up, like Jared Anderson, I believe is ranked in the top 15 in the States, but he's only ranked 50th in the world. So we got a ton of guys that are coming up these ranks. And honestly, Joshua, yes, we'll have tons of people to fight, but he's got to do something about that game.
Money walks and money talks.
Waiting for stuff to happen is boring.
If you want him to be ranked number 15, you might have to come up with some money. That's the way it was when we was playing. Hey, you might have to come up with something.
Hey, Tim, you've got a great point. My point to counter your point is he's already had his chance. So now who do you have left? You got even guys like Andy Ruiz. I think Andy Ruiz is now.
I like Andy Ruiz. I like Andy. I like his effort.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. So there are other guys still in the heavyweight division who are
Joe Joyce, Michael Hunter. You know,
exactly, and Michael Hunter. Exactly. Michael Hunter has a fight coming up. So my point is I think Michael Hunter's going up against Hughie Fury. So Hughie Fury even recognizes there's a UK versus US kind of division going on here, and this is what we're talking about. Quite frankly, I mean it's not seriously about Usyk versus Tyson Fury, because quite frankly, is Tyson Fury going to enter the ring? I wish he would just give up his belts and go sun himself in the Mediterranean. I really wish he would, because then that would give us, the fans, the opportunity to see some real heavyweight battles going on for that number one position. Right now, though, quite frankly, as a fan, I'm sitting there going, come on, guys. Let's see a real battle go on. Joshua's had his day. He's gone. He's done. He's toast.
He can be revived. Somebody can give him confidence. Go on. Somebody can give him confidence. I've been there and done it. Somebody can bring him back. I'm telling you. They don't know, though. They don't know. Eddie Hearns and they don't know. Somebody can bring him back. It's always, I'm telling you, he got strength. He got power. He just needs to be somebody that he could believe in. He don't. You can look in his eyes and tell he's just out there. Go ahead.
I'll tell you right now. BoxRec has Tyson Fury listed as inactive at this moment right now. He's now inactive. He is not on the world ranking list for the UK or the world. He is not even sitting on it now. So, is he retired?
I'll tell you this: until he gives up his until he officially gives up his belt, says, "I'm retired." Fine, great, fantastic. But until that happens, we've still got these other guys to worry. Now,
he only fought 4 months ago, so he's.
But at that point he said he's retired.
Yeah. So now he's listed as inactive. So
good. Now and he should be. And quite frankly, Deontay Wilder, I've said it a million times before, he just needs to stay out of the game, because if he gets hit in the head one more time, he is absolutely toast.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
He took an ass, man.
I'm not down on Malik Scott, but he's not the guy that's going to help him win these fights. I think he needs to retire. My mom even said it. My mom's a preacher. She said, Timmy, that Deontay Wilder boy, he needs to don't get in that ring again. My mom said it. Dr. Shirley Bird, she said it. She said, Timmy, he don't need to get in the ring. I said, Mom, if he get a guy behind him that can tighten his defense up where he don't get hit and deliver, if he could deliver that right hand, if he could have other things, to really get people to forget about that right hand, he'll knock them guys out. But other than that, I thought about the same thing. He needs to just go ahead on and just go ahead on.
So guys, as of an hour ago, Tyson Fury continues advanced talks to face Usyk for the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship, and promoter Frank Warren insists that this enormous fight is definitely going to happen. So, I guess
it's going to be boring.
Honestly, no. I don't think it'll be boring, because I don't think.
I don't see Yusuf getting close to him. I see Yusuf's running.
But I see Fury using that long ass reach in his unorthodox style to maybe drop Usyk. Tyson Fury drops them all. at one point. And honestly, I'd like to see that, man, because for me, he beats him and becomes the undisputed. And we haven't had an undisputed heavyweight champion since the 4-belt era, and it needs to happen. So yes, I want to see that. You know what? I don't believe he's retired. He really hasn't given it up.
He's the king of the gypsies.
It's all a game. It's a game. That's all it is.
He's the king of the gypsies, man. He's the king. He has to. He's got a whole lot of stuff behind him. Back up mentally. He's the gypsy king, and that's what he really feel he is. He's the leader. He's coming out there to fight. I'm telling you, he's gonna try to kill somebody. He's a leader with a sword in his hand. I'm telling you, I was with the gypsies. I was with them. They're really nice people over there in Manchester, and they take care of their own, and they're really unified. I swear, I was with them, and I was like, wow, they respect each other, but if you do something wrong, they discipline you, and I like that. I like that. So in terms of boxing, he got a lot of people behind him, and I think that he'll pull it off. Got to chase this guy around, I think.
So Saturday's deadline for Fury to refrain from his retirement from the ring was withdrawn by the WBC. And right now they're looking at December 17th in Saudi Arabia remains the preferred date for Fury to meet Usyk. So yeah, this is looking pretty good, guys. So I think it's gonna happen. I'm kind of excited. I say Fury takes that one. That's my guess, and I'm sticking with it, man. I'm sticking with my Gypsy King.
I think on the short comment, I think that Tyson Fury will win that fight. I do think because Anthony Joshua then had nobody behind him. You look in his eyes. I seen the days before when he's hitting the pads on television. I said, I was a boxing champion and he don't look right. Mentally, he was in there, his movement. I said, oh, wow. That's how I was shaking my head. And I was like, and non-boxing people and people that watch sometimes, they can't tell. But I saw a little like, he not really into it.
No, he's not.
That big money. He got that big money, one thing.
I see hesitation.
Huh?
There's hesitation. There's hesitation in him wanting to follow through. Like it's like he just can't get it going. He just doesn't have that ability to get it going. Like
but that's because he don't know how to block a jab. That's because you don't know how to block a jab. That's because you don't know how to slip. You know, that's because you don't know how to defense and fire back. That's what the problem is. That's what's going to give you confidence.
Can I say?
Yusef jabbing and I can block it. That's confidence. If Yusef throw a right hand, I block it. That's confidence.
Yep.
You didn't see nothing in it. You didn't see nothing. He needed. It's so easy.
I'm agreeing with you 100%, Tim. What I'm saying is Anthony Joshua has had his time. He's had his run. I think
it ain't over.
Why though? Why not let this guy step aside? He's had his mental issues. He's obviously broken down.
Why is he broken down? He don't have no support. He can't trust no.
After the fight, he broke down.
I know, but he don't have nobody that's going to give him confidence. That's the only thing. That's what it is, Graham. Nobody's giving him confidence. He needs somebody in there to show him stuff. That's how you get confidence. If nobody can hit you, isn't that confidence? And man, you can't hit me. Bam, bam, bam. That's confidence. Oh, I can knock him out with this. Bing, bang. He don't have nobody to show him these things, and that's the problem. I'm telling you. He really ain't finished, but he finished if nobody give him help.
I agree with you 100%. He does not have that confidence.
Therefore,
he should step aside.
And what he was cussing after the fight. He was swearing.
You've got Dillian White.
Honestly,
he's got lots of confidence. You got Joe Joyce, got lots of confidence. You got a bunch of British confidence.
How do you gain confidence when you only fight once a year for the last 3 years?
Well, you have confidence. I don't care if you don't fight once a year. If you got somebody that got skills that look, if you can't hit me, that's my confidence. If somebody that's in my corner know that been there and done it, somebody that know how to do stuff, confidence. But if you're not sure, you're gonna lose it. That's the key. My trainer was a sharp dude. Everybody respected him. And I was like, okay, Slim. You see me laughing? Okay, Slim, okay. He was right.
Okay.
Thing.
All right.
Anthony didn't have nobody to do that. Like this move, all you had to do was this. All you had to do was this. Little things. And all that money, his legacy is messed up. This young kid, Dante Wilder too. This ain't our era. This is a new era. The trainers passed away. The ones with the knowledge. I'm telling you, that's what we're missing up here in this era. You're in good shape, but that ain't gonna stop that right hand from coming. That right hand up here going to stop it.
What I'm saying is, and I'm not hating on AJ, because if you remember, I asked boxing fans to support me and say,
I'm not
hey,
beating
man,
up on nobody. I'm just talking about.
I think given his reach, given his power skill, I thought he was going to win fight number 1. I even gave him a 50-50 chance to win in fight number 2, but he didn't. My point to you is his career over?
In the beginning,
I'm just saying it's over. His fight career, in terms of his chance of getting to number 1, is over. He's never going to be number 1 ever.
Well, I've been boxing. I've been world champ. I've been boxing. I've been around the promoters. It's not over. It's not over.
Really?
He get revived.
He's only 32. He's 32. He needs to go back, get some better people in his corner. He's got one more run left in him. It'll happen. What's going to happen is he'll go back to the drawing board.
What?
Yeah, this is what's going to happen. This is what they're going to do with him.
Hey, I've been here, man. I'm telling you.
You'll see him fight. You'll see him fight for, on British soil against British guys. It'll be a couple of guys in the top 15, and then
no. Who's he going to fight? Who's he going to fight? Derek Chisora, Dillian White, Joe Joyce. Who's he going to fight? What Hammeneggers is he coming up next against? Another British fighter? Come on.
Well, let me say this real quick. I've been privileged to come up around all the older greats. A lot of them passed away. I saw the way they moved. I saw the way they talk. I saw the way they teach. It's not over. It's just that these guys don't know nothing. The managers and the promoters, they're just as much his fault. It ain't Anthony Joshua's fault. It's not his fault. They're supposed to know too. I'm surprised he didn't have no skills.
I'd like to see Joshua take on Fabio Wardley, Joe Joyce.
Okay.
David
I think he beats Joe Joyce.
I'd like to see some of these.
Get out of here. Come on.
I think he beats Joyce. Because Joyce, I like him.
I'd like to see
I think he beats Joyce. Because Joyce don't have a lot of skills. He's just big.
Yeah, he's a juggernaut. He's a juggernaut. That's what they call him, man.
I think he beats Joyce.
A big guy that comes forward and hammers the crap out of people. But I'd still like to see AJ fight him.
I think
he's not quick either. He's not fast.
I think we've proven that the heavyweight division has needed to be unclogged. It's now beginning that unclogged process, and this is part of it. Anthony Joshua has been beaten. He's down. He's gone. Let's get some of these other younger guys up and coming to fight into that top 15 position. Anthony Joshua is done. He's toast. My point.
He's not. I don't think he is.
He's not.
He never really got hurt.
He couldn't beat Usyk. He had everything to fight for it. He couldn't beat Usyk. A cruiserweight.
Listen, it only takes some adjustments.
Okay. Carl, who does he fight next though, Carl? You said that he fights Dillian White in 2 fights time. Who is his next fight? Who do you think is a good match?
For
AJ. Because he's saying AJ will fight Dillian White within 2 fights.
Why give Joshua any more fights?
Here we got somebody else chiming in that says AJ versus Wilder.
Wilder, I've already said a million times, is no good. His brain is washed up. Okay, give AJ Wilder. Wilder's dead.
I wouldn't watch these boring. Listen, I don't even want to watch these boring fights. There's no skills. There's no beautiful slip. Bam, whap. There's none of that. Well, watch. And Dante Wilder still got. I love Malik Scott. He still has him in the corner. And what these guys doing, man, it just turns my stomach. I talk to a lot of the boxing guys. They like, Tim, it ain't like when it used to be with us. It ain't like that. This guy, he knocked out, and the guy is in his corner. I love Malik, and I love the brother, but we speaking about it on this podcast. Come on, he knocked me out, and I'm his trainer. Tell me something. Talk to me.
No, man.
Talk to me.
What I'm looking forward to, sorry, Carl, but what I'm looking forward to is some of these American fighters coming up through the ranks, and next year, I don't want to hear about Eddie Hearn telling me about, Anthony Joshua's got 4 more fights in 2023. Give me a break. Who's going to fight? Seriously. I want to see some of these American big boys come up and actually challenge.
It's not their time yet. It's not their time. It's still Joshua, Wilder, Fury, and there's a couple other guys that's on their way. You're right. It is. They're building it up. They're going to come. But there's still a lot of juice left in these guys. The big story is change what's around them. Change what's around Joshua. Let Dante Wilder get a better trainer. If they don't, then it is going to end. And then the young guy's going to come up with their new crew. But there's still a lot of juice to me left in them. And just enough. Look, Dante Wilder, like you said, he don't need to fight anymore. I agree with you. But if he do, he need to get another trainer. Joshua too. Tyson Fury, he's been lucky. I think he's been getting away. He's got skills, and they're awkward, but he's been lucky. He's been lucky and he's tough. That's what his heart is what bring him through. But I do believe, man, I'm telling you, that crop of young guys, they need to wait just a little bit more. But if one of them ready, let them go. Let them get up there. But all these guys need is somebody that's proper and then man the promoter. Embarrassing.
Okay.
Bush, Lewis, all those guys. It's a shame. All that talent. Get somebody in there. I'll do it for free.
Yeah, they would too. They would. Don't worry, Tim. Honestly,
it's a shame.
Yeah, man. With you
can't,
Graham, you want to see U.S. fighters?
From Yusuf,
I'm not disagreeing that Usyk's a great fighter. I'm not disagreeing that Anthony Joshua is a great fighter. They're great fighters. I'm not disagreeing that Tyson Fury probably is right now the top ranked fighter. Fair enough. I'm not disagreeing with any of that. What I'm saying is there's a whole whack of really great young fighters that should be challenging for those top 10 positions right now. And the promoters in the sport aren't allowing them right now because there's a clog in the division. That's all I'm saying. And I want to get rid of that clog. I want to see some of these bigger fighters get up there and compete for that.
It's kind of bad because they wouldn't let 30 of those guys get in the ring with me or with Tyson or with Tony Tubbs. They wouldn't okay them guys. It's really bad. It's really bad. That dude, what you just said, that heavyweight Jared, he pretty come up and coming. But I saw a lot of the other ones, and I know the commission wouldn't let them fight me. It's really bad. If I was like a contender, and Tim, you got to fight him. Now I seen the talent. Who those two guys? I saw the fight. The two guys that fought the two heavyweights.
Oh,
you just mentioned their name.
Hargrovic and Zhang and Hargrovic.
One is a Middle Eastern guy. He looked like it, right?
Zhang's from China.
Okay, I saw the fight. He came out.
I was surprised with that because the fight before that he was out. He literally was fighting like he was almost dying on the inside, and then got into that fight. And then he came out in this fight and really bring it to Hargrovich, where he got booed even though he won the decision. Hargrovich won the decision, but still got booed because everybody thought that Zhang brought it to him a hell of a lot more. And Zhang is no young chicken, man. He's up there in his
the fight 30s. That fight got sloppy and really amateurish. Near the end, it got sloppy. They didn't look really good. I know you're talking about. I saw that fight.
Zhang's almost 40. Like, this is crazy. Zhang's like 39 years old, and this guy believes that he's got it. He's got what it takes to make the run for the title. But honestly, Hargrovich, I honestly that was a lackluster performance for me, man. Like, usually you see that guy and he's all business, dropping hammers on people, and Zhang brought it to him. It was a close fight.
Graham got a point there. They got to find. There is one of those young Turks that can come up and just do something. We just don't know which one it is. In my era, there's a couple of them. They come up and like win the title. I haven't been watching like the guys down on the lower level that's moving their way up. Graham, I'm sure y'all two guys know or who they are, but it's nothing impressive right now. Impressive right now. Jared is, but I've seen a couple of the other.
One of our viewers, Tim, said, your one critic says they need the Tim Witherspoon School of Defense. Shout out to your one critic. Yeah, they do. And Wilder doesn't.
What did he say?
We agree with you.
They need your school of defense.
They need the Tim Witherspoon School of Defense.
You know what they did? That slowed me down. From really throwing a lot of punches. But then I had to pick it up. So I got my defense right. I'm not saying it was 100%, but it was better than a lot of people. Then I had to pick up the punching. I had to pick the punching up along with the defense. Along with it, slipping on this side. That's what I had to do. I had to start doing more offense because I was doing a lot of defense. Sometimes that could get boring, but hey, today those guys need a lot of defense. I'm telling you. Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury moves. He moves, and that's how he get away with it. If he stands still, he might get exposed. Yeah, but he do tighten that defense up when you get close. He tightens it up. But Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder.
So out of curiosity, I joined the conversation late, but out of curiosity, why the heck could not Anthony Joshua land a power punch on Alexander Usyk? Why not? Why? Like, we watched an entire fight and we sat there and went, what the heck? Why could not Anthony Joshua deliver that? Everyone was expecting it.
I think psychologically he wasn't ready to. Mentally, he wasn't ready to. He couldn't get going. Okay. Mentally, he couldn't get going. It's like you could almost see him. It was like a hesitation, almost a fear. Maybe a fear of getting knocked out. Right?
Listen, all he had to do was watch some fights of Matthew Saad Muhammad fighting Marvin Johnson, who's a southpaw. Watch Eddie Mustafa, stood his ground, no bouncing around, knew how to block. Slim showed him how to block in close and step to him. Usyk moves a lot though, but Marvin Johnson, he didn't move. He stayed there right in front of you.
So Tim, what you're saying is for defense against somebody who moves a lot, you should just be standing there and trying to touch the closest thing to you.
Well, you're supposed to go to the touch that, because then if you don't touch nothing, you're like, wow, I got to catch this guy. Yeah. But just touch it. Anytime you close, go to the body, keep your hands up. He's going to forget about the headshots. Because that's what he's trying to move. His head to get out the way. You can't move that body, though. You're definitely going to touch that body. That's going to give you confidence. Right. Then when you get close, dig to them, keep your defense up. Then you'll catch him eventually. You'll catch him.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
How you going to catch a runner trying to hit him in the head?
Okay, So bottom line, Anthony Joshua took 60 million pounds. He's out of it. He's done. You know, he can open his own training school now. He's done.
He was done before the fight.
Well, in other words, you're agreeing with me. He's taking the money. He's run. He's done. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying it opens up the division now to other fighters to move up the ranks. Forget about the Dillian Whites. Forget about the Joe Joyces. I'm talking about the guys coming underneath those guys.
But the Dylan Whites and stuff still got some more juice left in them. They still got some more juice left. All they got to do is win a fight, knock Tyson Fury out or knock somebody out.
Tell you,
the youngest. There's still
the youngest guy. Left. The youngest guy in the top. Okay, in the top. We'll say in the top 10. Okay, the youngest guy in the top 10 is Joseph Parker at 30.
Really?
And the oldest guy in the top 10 is number 10, Luis Ortiz at 43. That's your top 10. The top 10 in boxing is all above 30 years old.
Oh, Luis Ortiz.
Luis Ortiz, yeah, he's 43 years old. You got Michael Hunter, who's 34. You got Joe Joyce, who's 36.
I like Andy Ruiz. I like Andy Ruiz.
Really? He's got a big fight. He's got a big fight coming up. Yeah. If he wins, he wins. But I don't see this. This is where I get confused about the rankings.
Who's he fighting, Graham? Who's he fighting?
He's coming up next week, right? Right, Mike? He's coming up again.
I believe so. I think it is next week. Andy Ruiz.
Who is he fighting?
Come on,
Isn't Bach Rex on your fucking?
He's fighting Luis Ortiz, and it's September the 4th.
Yeah, so next week.
Yeah, next week.
So Andy Ruiz and
Luis Ortiz is not the Cuban, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Southpaw Cuban.
Yeah.
Oh, he's tough.
Yeah, he's also
knocked out by.
He's also 43 years old.
But that's what I'm saying. This is like an old school kind of fight. It's not one of these guys coming up. What I'm saying is, and I continually say it, now that we're starting to unclog the top of the division, in other words, let's just admit that Anthony Joshua had his day, had his fight. It's gone now. He's toast. Why don't they drop these guys out the ranks and let someone else move up?
I understand, but Anthony is not old. He's gone. Put him out. But let me say this to you: if he gets somebody that can show him some stuff, but with all that money he's got, maybe he just threw it in anyway. But
Joshua's still young. He's only 32. He's still got a couple of years left. But
to do what, Mike? Couple of years to do what?
To make money.
No, come on. Yeah. The only person making money on this one is Eddie Hearn and DAZN.
He don't want to go out.
Give me a break.
Joshua don't want to go out like that. He want to go out a winner.
Yeah, he's done.
You got to give him some time.
Winner against who? He's not fighting. He's not even fighting Tyson Fury.
Like, he want to go out a winner. He don't want to go out a loser.
Who's Anthony?
Wilder, Joshua. Let's go.
Come on. Who's Joshua going to fight next? Who?
Wilder.
What? Wilder?
That's interesting.
I called out Wilder.
That would be an interesting fight. Why not?
I called out Wilder and Joshua today on my channel today. I said, yeah, that'd be a good undercard fight. You know why? Because Joshua has the only chance of defeating Wilder in a fight because Wilder's so touched in the brain. Like one hit to the brain and Wilder is done. And that's the only chance Joshua has to get in terms of moving up the rank. But
you know what? Yeah, I agree. Wilder's one punch away from sipping food through a straw.
Absolutely. And no joke. My point to you is let's move beyond those top 5 ranks and let's see who's below and say, okay, it's not Daniel Dubois. It's not Joe Joyce. Forget these British fighters. There's a shit ton of American fighters coming up through the ranks who aren't even being recognized right now. And that's what I'm saying. Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Why?
Dempsey McKean out of Australia. You've got Bekador Jalov, who's undefeated, who's coming up the ranks. These guys are all in their 20s, man. We also got, Serenko, who's coming up through the ranks. Guy's 19-0. He's only 27 out of the Ukraine. We've also got, Justin Hooney, who's coming out of Australia, 13-0, coming through the ranks. Stephen Shaw out of the United States, undefeated. We got lots of guys that are still coming up. We got Arslanbek Magomedov, who's 14-0, undefeated, out of Montreal right now. George Ares. There's all these undefeated heavyweights coming up that aren't even touching the top 20 yet, who definitely have the potential to be in that top 10.
So and that goes to my point about what Tim was saying about we need a new Mike Tyson. We need someone coming out of nowhere who just
banging people out.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. See a Mike Tyson. I don't think we're going to see that, but we need somebody like you just was saying. We do need somebody. Jarrett might be the one. He might be the one.
He might be.
There's still a lot of juice in these.
Still young. Jared Anderson's still young.
How old is he?
He's only like 20. He's like 22 or 23.
No, really?
Yeah, man. I think he's only in his early 20s.
I believe he can do it if
okay.
I don't see no mistakes. I don't see no mistakes. I've seen him fight before.
Then he's
pretty well polished.
Anderson's ranked 14th. He's only 22 years old. He's ranked 14th in the United States, and he's ranked 52nd in the world right now. He's 11-0 with 11 KOs.
Wow.
Hey,
and he's fighting. He's fighting tomorrow, so he's probably going to improve to 12-0 with 12 KOs.
Well, you got the money.
Exactly
you can be number 10. You got the money. You could be 10 or 15. That's the way it was when I was fighting. You got the money.
Rolf Cannon, and Rolf Cannon's 24-2, so this is a little bit of a step up for him. But honestly, they've been putting guys like this in front of Jared Anderson almost every fight since the beginning, and every time he comes through pretty big, man, and he's been knocking all his opponents out. But yeah, you have young guys like this who are only 22 years old who are just coming through. It's crazy.
I agree, 100%. I think Jared Anderson is going to be the next big heavyweight champ.
What about Dubois? What do we think about Dubois? Carl, what do you think about Dubois? Where's he going?
Oh, the British are going to say Dubois all the way, Joe Joyce all the way. Like what we're saying over here in North America is you guys in the UK are missing out on a whole ton of American heavyweight champs. They're undefeated and looking right now really good at taking those belts. And it is, while you guys in the UK are debating whether or not Anthony Joshua has another fight in him, who cares? We don't care. We don't care if Anthony Joshua's got another fight in him. I think there's going to be another ton. I think this. I can call five, as Mike just did, 5 American fighters right now in the heavyweight division who aren't capable of taking on Tyson Fury, but who are capable of competing for a heavyweight title in the next year.
Oh yeah. Jermaine Franklin, he's 21-0 right now. He's out of Michigan. This kid's only 28. Another one is Andrew Tabiti. He's 32, but he's 20. He's 21-0. He's another guy that's coming out of the States that is just putting people down, man.
Well,
and then
who is he putting down? Who is he putting down? Now
he's putting down everybody they put in front of him.
Okay,
Andrew
so
Tabiti.
What I'm saying to you is that just 20 of the guys that he beat, they probably wouldn't let me fight them, or guys not ever. So to think about that. Just think about it. I don't want to put nobody down. It's just getting really bad. It's bad now.
Yeah.
It's bad. I know for a fact those guys that fought Deontay Wilder, the majority of them, they wouldn't okay them to fight me. So times has changed. So we got to I got to dig down in the hat and really figure things out instead of speaking negative about people. That's what's going on.
They really are just trying to pad up some of these guys' records, man, to be honest. That's what they're doing.
That's what it is, though.
But they're doing it in a great fashion.
I'm not debating about this whole padding of records fact. Okay, that's a fact. Tim said it before. There's a lot of padding of records. We don't agree with it. What I'm saying is what
that's a part of the game.
But what the English promoters need to understand is that there's a shit ton of American fighters knocking on the door right now that the Americans need to understand are just as good as the British fighters. It's just that the lack of promotion, lack of media, lack of attention, that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, the English fighters right now are not the best in the world. They're just ranked the best in the world. All I'm saying is I'm telling you, a year from now, we're going to see, as soon as Joshua finally steps aside, as soon as Wilder steps aside, as soon as Fury steps aside, Daniel Dubois, Joe Joyce, Joseph Parker, all those guys step aside, whatever. At the end of the day, you're going to see a ton of American fighters compete for that number one title.
I think Parker is going to be still one of the regular guys that's still going to be there. I kind of like he's strong and stuff.
Yeah, I just don't like his style. I still like his style. I'll be blunt. I don't like his style.
Okay. I haven't seen.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of I don't know how do you call it, grip and hold, kind of like bear wrestling kind of fighting. But,
okay. This has been a good show today. It's been a really nice.
It's been a great one. It's been a great one.
This.
It was great.
And I've really had nothing to drink.
Let's see how Jared Anderson does tomorrow night, because this will determine this argument in terms of where we are next with the heavyweights. Because I'm sick and tired of the British saying they've got the best fighters in the world. Blah blah blah.
Listen, they would have if they would have got some people to teach their boxers. It's really messed up. That's all it is. We up here debating about something that could have been avoided. I'm telling you, if somebody would have been there for Joshua, if somebody would have been there for Deontay Wilder, we would be talking a different story right now.
Yeah,
because all Deontay is fight like this, and you hit you that right hand, you're going. Anthony Joshua just staying there. If they had the right people, we wouldn't be talking like we're talking now. I'm telling you, that's a fact. But now we talk. The promoter and manager can make the moves, but this is the results of that. Reach out that. Joshua like this fight, stepping back, not standing there, bang, bang, stepping there, keeping his hands up with a defense, going to the outside, throwing the hook. You didn't see none of that.
No.
And guys that know it, they like, boxing is really messed up.
No, Carl, you're absolutely wrong, to be blunt.
Huh?
The British do not have the best fighters in the world. They may have the best media support in the world, but they don't have the best fighters in the world. And that's the reality, Carl. Face it. At the end of the day, this time next year, we're going to be talking about a whole new school of fighters, and a lot of them are not going to be British, because quite frankly, as soon as the American media kick in, and Tim will attest to this, when he was fighting, the American media was fully supportive of boxing in general. Okay. Right now, American media doesn't really support boxing. They support basketball. They support baseball. They don't support boxing. Is there any more Friday night boxing on television? No. Okay. Is it on pay-per-view? Yes. But could even a guy like Jake Paul pull in 50 million viewers? The answer is no.
Ain't that something? Isn't that something?
So I'm just simply saying, this time next year, just because the British people think they have the best British boxers around, they might, but I'm telling you, pound for pound, the American boxers coming up in the heavyweight division are going to kick ass. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
all right.
You need some better trainers, better teachers. That's where it's the foundation. The foundation is everywhere. You just got to the money have people forgetting about what's really needed. 70 million, 100 something million. They look at that, not
They're
really
looking at like 100 million for Usyk versus Tyson. He asked for 500.
I know.
Honestly, this is going to be the biggest payday there. You know, I can't wait to see that. To be honest, man.
Warren.
I just want to see that. I want to see an undisputed heavyweight champion in the 4-belt era. It hasn't been done. It's been 20 years, man. Lennox, the Canadian British Lewis, was the last. And yeah, come on, man. We need to see it happen, guys. That's what we want. We want to see the undisputed. That's what it's about. It's
sorry, Mike. Mike, you know what'd be funny is to completely ignore the British boxers and see just for fun, just the way we have baseball, right? We have the World Series of baseball, but we only actually feature North American teams. Okay, so just for fun, it'd be fun to see who out of all the American fighters emerges as the heavyweight champ. Because quite frankly, who cares about Daniel Dubois? Who cares about Joe Joyce? At the end of the day, the British people do, but do we care? No. What we care about is who pound for pound is the best American heavyweight right now. And I'm telling you, Jared Anderson has the biggest chance right now of becoming the next Mike Tyson. That's my humble opinion.
I don't know about
I'm sticking
that, but
that's why we have this show, so we can have our opinions. That's it. That's why we have this show, so we can have these opinions.
He's tough.
He is tough. He's big and he's brutal. He's good. If he wins tomorrow night, I'm telling you.
How tall is he?
Anderson? I think he's like 6'3", 6'4".
He's 6'7".
Is he? No, he's not that big, is he?
No, he's not 6'4", 6'3". He's like 6'2".
No, big baby. Take a look, Mike. Tell me.
Okay, I'll tell you right now.
6'3", no more than 6'3".
He's 6'4", like I said, 6'4".
Okay.
6'4", 78.5-inch reach, and he weighs in at 240 pounds.
Yeah, he should be able to do something.
Yeah, man. I like watching the way he fights, and he means business. Guys, watch tomorrow night. You will see him get in there and do business.
What network?
Tomorrow night, it is on the what is it on? Fight TV. Don't worry, Tim. I'll show you the website.
Hey, Carl. If we ignore the British boxers, trust me, boxing will not disappear in North America. Trust me, Carl. Boxing is going nowhere. What boxing needs in North America are big-ass boxers like Big Baby Anderson to take front stage, and boom, we've got a whole new era of boxing, just like Mike Tyson brought it back in the day. And Muhammad Ali before him. My point is American boxing is coming back, and just because Michael Hunter may not be the top guy, Deontay Wilder's had his day, that's fine. But trust me, next year, we're going to be talking about American boxers in the heavyweight division. Trust me on this one.
Well, guys.
Got nothing to do with the British.
Well, guys, since that's being said, everybody ready to get out of here for the night in the Jar's house?
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, man, it was a blast. To all the fans watching around the world, thank you for tuning into this week's episode of the Friday Night Panel. Thank you for all the fans that dropped comments in the sidebar. Carl, we love the debate. It was great, man. Much love and respect to you at Last Bell Boxing. You know what it is, guys, man. We'll see you next week. Same time, same channel, new panel.